Okay, welcome everybody. I'm so glad to have you on tonight. And we are going to just be talking a little bit about some of the things that we've been doing with the health challenge this week. So the two aspects that we're talking about this week are the sleep aspect and the deep breathing aspects. So either one of you that are on, can you tell me something that you have learned or that you've done this week that you hadn't done before that's kind of helping you with all of this new stuff? Breathing, or I downloaded that Calm app.
Did you?
Did you see that in the video? Lydia Wente did the webinar. And so I went and I downloaded, I guess it's calm.com, I think is what it is. Right here. Oh, it's blurry. But I did it, and I've been using it. I really like it. Calm, CALM.com. And so I'll put my little headphones on, and you can listen to the rain. And actually, there's a voice on there that will walk you through the steps of just deep breathing and feeling just paying attention to how you, starting with your feet, what your feet are feeling like, and moving all the way up your body to the top of your head, and just being aware of your body and your breath. And one of the things that I love is that they say, you know, your thoughts are going to move, which is okay. That's what's supposed to happen. Just bring them back and don't feel guilty because they move. And it's really cool. I like that app. So I didn't know about it before, so I've been using it this week. But, you know, with the deep breathing, I want to encourage everybody to, even when you're at work, I've had several texts this week of people who are feeling stressed when they're at work. And so just even getting to a point, I actually told one person this week via text, look, go to the bathroom, sit in a stall, and just breathe. You know, just go. Get some quiet. If that's the only place you can go to find some peace and quiet, go to the bathroom and just stay there for 5 minutes. Close your eyes and just deep breathe. And, you know, wherever that has to be, just make that time, because it really makes such a difference in your body. Because when you have deadlines or you're feeling anxious, your whole body constricts and it gets very tense. And so when you're able to release that tension just by breathing, it just makes all the difference in the world. And by deep breathing, you're allowing the oxygen to go to your brain, which it needs, which relieves some of the stress and actually helps you think clearer. So there's so many great things about deep breathing. And one thing that I wanted to encourage everyone about too is to be careful not to breathe from the chest. So when you breathe, if you're feeling your shoulders rise like that, that's a very shallow breath, and you don't want that. You want to breathe from the belly, and you actually want to feel your abdomen go out and in as you're breathing and taking those really deep breaths. I always think of it as an hourglass. So as you're breathing, if you just kind of sit and think about breathing, think about filling up the bottom section of your body, your stomach, diaphragm area, and then your chest. So if you take a deep breath from the bottom and then try to fill up a little bit more, so you're going from the bottom to the top, you should be so full of air, and then you can let all of it go, and let all of it go from your abdomen, and then you can actually let a little bit more go from your chest. So just getting those really deep breaths and constricting everything and blowing it all out, oh, it does wonders. Even if you can only take 5 breaths 1 hour, or take 5 breaths every hour during the day. Set your timer like you drink your water. So it really will help relieve the stress and help you think clearly throughout the day. The other thing, oh, go ahead, Monique.
Does that thing you do for your core as well?
Oh, gosh.
With your
Absolutely. Absolutely it does. And even sitting up straight will help you putting your shoulders back. I don't know if we've had that exercise video yet or not, but they said, you know, make sure you put your shoulders back into the sockets. Remember that, Perry, from last time? So put your shoulders back in the sockets, sit up straight, and get that diaphragm full of air. Really, it's good. And I've been doing this in the morning too, which I'm really enjoying. So it's a good way to start the day. The other thing that I wanted to talk about too was the sleep. There's a lot that we're reading about sleep and sleep cycles this week, and on the surveys, it was talking about how is your sleep and how are you feeling about that, and sleep is so important. And so I'm just going to give my little 2 cents about sleep, and that we really do need about 7 to 8 hours. And the reason is because we need those sleep cycles, okay? So a sleep cycle consists anywhere from 90 minutes to 2 hours. And so it's the time that you start to fall asleep, and then you get into that REM sleep. Your heart rate is dropping. You get into that REM sleep where you might be dreaming and having those great dreams. And then as you're getting out of that, your blood pressure starts to rise. And so you're coming out of that REM sleep, and then you kind of have that slightly wakeable moment where you might turn over or reposition yourself or just even turn your head, and then you end up going into another sleep cycle. Well, where you're having that REM sleep in the sleep cycle, which could last 30 to 45 minutes, that is where your body repairs itself. And you have got to allow your body to have those sleep cycles, because it is the only time during the day that your body can and will repair itself. So if you're neglecting your sleep and you're not getting that REM sleep, your body's not restoring what it needs to restore. And that's why it's so critically important. You can be eating well, you can be exercising, you can be drinking your water, you can be mindful of what you're doing, but if you are not sleeping, it's just like gears, and it's one of them's going to be out of whack and you're not going to go anywhere. But when all of it works together, your body is just going to respond beautifully and you're going to feel wonderful. So one of the things that I wanted to show you guys, because I just got this in the mail today, I ordered through Take Shape for Life. We have a whole sleep line, and I love it. And we have an infrared blanket, which is designed to keep your body temperature the same during the evening. When you sleep, it keeps your body temperature the same so you don't get hot or cold, you know, in the middle of the night. And sometimes when you're waking up in the middle of the night, it's because you get hot. And some people tend to throw their feet out from underneath the blanket, and other people, they get cold, and so they're putting more blankets on top of them. But I wish I could take my camera. I just put it on my bed. I shouldn't have. I should have brought it in here to show it to you. But it's huge. I have a queen size bed, but it will fit a king size bed. It's a huge blanket. So I'm going to try that out tonight and let all of you know how it works, and how I'm really anxious for a good night's sleep without getting hot, because I get hot in the middle of the night as my blood pressure is rising, and sometimes I get sweaty. And so I'm really looking forward to see if this infrared blanket works. The other thing, though, it came with the blanket, and it's this Habits of Healthy Sleep kit. So it's a box that comes that you can get, and it's so cool because in it, it tells a little about the healthy habits, but in it, it's got a face mask with earplugs, some of our sleepy time tea, some chill time gum, which is a stress relief gum, and melatonin. So all 4 of these things come in here. Now the melatonin, I suggest that you use, it's very potent to the point where when you're traveling, it's great to use it if you need a good night's sleep the first night after you travel. But here's the little face mask. It's just a black face mask with some earplugs that you can put in. So cool. I'm going to try it out tonight. And the tea, I love the tea. You've heard me talk about it before, but it's all natural, and the ingredients are phenomenal. So here's what's in it. Licorice, peppermint, cinnamon, chamomile, spearmint, and eleuthero, okay? So there's, this is great to have at night before you go to bed. I usually have some tea every night before I go to bed, and it just relaxes me. And that licorice has just a touch of sweet in it that just satisfies if I'm sleepy. Now this gum, y'all, I love this gum. This gum, when you're stressed at work, you need to eat this gum. I mean, this gum it's huge, okay? So this is, look, I'll compare. I know you can't see, Monique, but you'll be able to see if you watch the video. So this is like a piece of Orbit gum, and this is a big round piece of the Chill Time gum. And when you put it in your mouth, you gotta chew on it. You're gonna get some stress out while you're chewing it. But what makes it so good is that it's got what is the ingredient in it? Theanine, which helps calm you and de-stresses you. So it's really great gum for stress relief. And then, like I said, the melatonin, it is not a time-release melatonin. It is designed to go all at once when you take it. So it's not going to time release through the evening. And that's why you need to make sure when you take it, you are able to sleep a little bit. If you have to wake up early in the morning, don't take the melatonin. But it's really great. So it's a great kit. I mean, you guys, I'm not trying to sell you on anything here, but I wanted to let you know that we have that available, and we have a whole sleep line. And the reason we have a sleep line is because sleep is so important. And Take Shape for Life fully believes that everybody can get a good night's sleep. And so with the blanket and the tea and some of these other things, we really want to help people have an environment of healthy sleep so that they can get that sleep, because like I said, your body will only repair itself during the sleep time. So that's just a little bit of some stuff that I had to share with you about sleep, why it's important, deep breathing, the stress relief. And that's really what our focus is this week through the challenge, is working on those areas because they are so important. There are 8 key components of health. So it's not just what you eat, and it's not just how you move. And I hope you're starting to see that through the challenge, that there's so many other areas that we need to work on. And if you haven't downloaded that calm.com, CALM.com, try it. There's other apps out there. That's just the one that was mentioned this week on the webinar, and it's a lot of fun. So I'm going to open it up for questions, or if anybody has any thoughts.
I think that a lot of these things are good reminders, because I've done like Weight Watchers and different things in the past, and I've done yoga in the past, but it's just a good reminder, because when things do get insane at work, or you know, anything, just breathing, it does help you. And even when you're working out, it like helps you move through the pain and just keep on going.
I forget to breathe sometimes when I'm working out. You're right. It's so important. It's so important. I know Perry's nodding her head too. We forget to do it. And then we go into shallow breathing and we don't even know it. And it's just very short, shallow breaths. And I'm starting to notice it in other people. And I'm starting to be aware of it, which is making me be aware of it in myself. So even when I'm laying down in bed, I'm thinking, okay, let me just breathe deep. Breathe from my abdomen instead of my chest, because it makes a big difference. You're right.
Yeah.
And a lot of us have heard a lot of things, but how much are we really doing, and how much do we really know the science behind it, and how our bodies were created to work this way? So it's great when you can put all those pieces together. Somebody else is on the phone who joined us. Who is that? 919-303.
It's Jacqueline, honey Beth. How are you?
Jacqueline Mims, how are you, my friend?
I am well. I'm enjoying this call this evening.
Good. You aren't stressed at all, are you?
Oh, but I need some rest.
Yeah.
I need to get some rest.
We're not going too much longer. You'll be able to go to bed. You missed the part where I said I just bought one of the Take Shape for Life infrared blankets. So I just put it on my bed before our call. So I'm going to try it out tonight. I am so excited to see how I sleep because I always get hot in the middle of the night, and it's supposed to keep your body temperature level. So check our challenge wall tomorrow, and I'll post on whether or not it worked.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, does anybody have any other questions before I end the call? I know it gets late and we all have stuff to do, like sleep.
Yeah.
Well, listen, y'all have a great evening, and if you need me for anything, you just need to call me or text me, okay? And I look forward to, we're probably going to do this on Thursday next week. I had a lot of people say I can't do Wednesday night, so I'm going to do Thursday night next week. But I'll put out a reminder about that too. So I look forward to seeing everybody then. Have a great week, y'all.
Very helpful.
Bye. Bye.
Bye-bye.